there's just something about Citrine, isn't there? What an amazing Warframe she can be. She does support, she tanks, she heals, she does statuses, mad damage, you name it. She really is an all-purpose kind of girl. What's up? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for checking out the latest build to come out of my little brain here. Welcome back to Mammoths Laboratory. This is the Citrine build that I've been using on stream for the last couple of months. I've been slowly perfecting it and tweaking things out, but I've got it to the point now where I'm comfortable enough to share it. So here we go, let's dive in. So with Citrine, the big thing with Citrine is that she is a status machine. Every single one of her abilities has something to do with status. Like status. I'm not going to do a full breakdown on her abilities and everything for you guys. I'm going to assume that you understand the basic kit. I'm going to go a little bit further here and show you guys kind of where I went with the kit. So the basic idea here is I wanted to melt everything in front of me all the time with as much status as humanly possible. So with that idea in mind, I began to build the full Archon setup. And this is what it looks like. We've got 4 of the 5 Archon mods in here. The only reason why we're not using Archon Intensify is because it is basically impossible to proc with this current setup. So we're not even going to worry about it. We're just gonna look at this setup right here, as seen in the previous demos. So the big thing with this is the real kicker, the workhorses here are going to be Citrine's Crystal and all of your Archon mods working in conjunction. So Archon Continuity, every toxin status applied will also apply Corrosive. Archon Vitality, every ability that applies a heat proc will apply it twice. Archon Stretch will help you recover your energy when you deal electricity damage with your abilities. And energies killed by cold abilities have a 10% chance to drop an energy orb. Now, I will be honest, this one doesn't proc quite as much as I'd like, but it is still useful enough that you can have it in the setup here and get some really nice benefits from it. The arcanes I use Molt Augmented because you want that ramping power strength. And this bounces back and forth. I use either Molt Efficiency or I'll use an Arcane Energize for this one. I find that both work really well. A little bit of extra duration goes a long way with your crystal, with your buffs. But the extra regeneration from energy kind of helps to make up when this doesn't drop an energy orb or when your shards don't drop an energy orb. So it works really well. But that's the basic build that I'm using right now. We have subsumed Roar onto her 4. This is just to help improve the damage from all of our status procs from the Prismatic Gem. We want every status that we can be applying all the time. Alright, that's the general idea here. Every status ever. Now for my weapons here, I've used 2 different weapons that I have primarily focused again on status. So we've got the Bubonico here. You'll notice this is very heavy corrosive leaning. Very heavy corrosive leaning. This just mad corrosive damage here and lots of spread. Basically the idea is alt fire on the Bubonico will launch these like explosive rounds everywhere that basically cover the screen and will get your crystal turret to target everything and blast it away. I use a Shotgun Vendetta on this one. There's a bunch of different options that you could use for this arcane. I personally like this one. You get up and close and personal with a shotgun kill, just get that 180 multi-shot and the 75% reload speed, which does help with the Bubonico's recharge time. An infinite weapon or a battery charge weapon, it does have a little bit of a lag there once you hit 0. So that'll help out a bit. The other weapon that I use, this is actually the primary weapon of this build right here, is actually the Kuba Nucor. Again, heavily modded for corrosive. We've got, heavily leaning towards corrosive here as well. The big thing with this one, again, we just wanted to apply a lot of different statuses with a high status percentage and then apply even more statuses. We're just overwhelming enemies with every status we can apply to them. Overloading them with status is the strategy here, right? Now, you may be asking yourself, why do we have corrosive modified on everything? And that is so that we can take advantage of green shards. The green shards will just allow you to stack up those corrosion stacks to achieve full armor strip. This is really more useful at higher steel path levels. As you'll see, like, things just melt anyways, but if you get into higher tiers, this is going to become really important. I use 2 red shards here for ability duration, Tau Forged or otherwise, doesn't matter, just want some more duration there. And then I topped off the little cake with a little bit of extra casting. So with all this status, all these things, we have 3 heavy status loads here. The only thing that we're really missing is like supreme damage, right? So in order to achieve any damage we might miss with all of our statuses, we run your very standard, I guess, condition overload build. So this is just my Nakana Prime. You can use any weapon here. Ideally, you just want to have something that has decent crit and has condition overload, because condition overload is going to give you 80% melee damage for every status type affecting your targets. It's going to equate to a huge amount of damage between your crystal being launched here, between your Kuvanu core frying everybody and chaining it together. Your Nakana should be cracking for like millions of damage all the time. It gets pretty out of hand. For a companion for this loadout, I do like to use one of the Hounds, mainly because of Synergized Prospectus and also Contagious Bond. So Synergized Prospectus will fire a little shooty ball from your person, or from your dog. Combine that with your Manifold Bond, and every status that's applied on the weapon will be applied to your little bouncy ball. That combined with Contagious Bond, which will allow whenever the dog kills something with more than, or kills an enemy affected by a status effect, it'll just spread those status effects around in 9 meters. It's just more status, more statuses, more statuses all the time. This is a lot of fun with these Hounds. So we're gonna dive in. I'm gonna show you guys just a quick demo in the simulacrum, and then I'm going to just leave you guys with some gameplay at the end. Right, and here we are at the simulacrum. We've got 20 heavy gunners, enemy level 195. Bring them out onto the field here, and I'll show you guys just what I was cooking with here to happen. So there's a couple of things that you're going to take in order. This is how I would recommend it to kind of run this one. You want to hop out to your Madurai, get your sling strength buff, pass your roar, move into combat, get your crystal going, make sure your preserving shell is always up, throw some crystals around to make sure that you're generating orbs, and then yeah, everything's dead. Everything is dead. Everything is dead. And this is how you succeed. Thank you again so much for checking out my build video. Thank you for checking out my other build video with Trinity as well. And stay tuned, folks. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we're gonna have some more videos cranking out again soon. Thank you guys so much. I love you 3,000. As always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'm Mammoth Ego. Love you 3,000.